The next point and the next myth buster from you is it's not intellectual change, it's emotional. Tell us
Yeah.
more, Blair.
Well, if you look at any of the standard models of change, they're all about imparting information. So maybe you get input from people and that informs the change. Then you explain the why. This is why we're changing. And then people agree with the why, and then they implement the change in effect, and then you get the result. I've looked at all these models. They all, whether it's 8 steps or 3 steps, they're all basically doing that. But we know from our own lives that just because logically you know what the right thing is to do doesn't mean you actually do it. And health and well-being being the perfect example. I mean, we know that over a certain amount of chocolate and cake and pastries is not good for us, but it's very hard not to do it, right? So we know logically, just because you know logically doesn't mean you'll change your behavior. The real change of behavior comes from an emotional shift. So you've changed your relationship in some way to whatever it might be. If we take the pastries, you now feel differently about them. And so now you can support change. It's not just willpower that's you're constantly saying to yourself, don't eat the pastries. You're thinking, nah, they don't make me feel good. I remember how I feel when I get back from events when I've overindulged on pastries, as a silly example. I don't feel good about myself when I'm not moving, or whatever it might be. It's a feeling. Um, and so, if we're going to drive change in organizations, and particularly changes of behavior, we have to tap into the emotion of people. That there has to be a meaning to it for them, and the meaning is going to be unique to them. So it's not about saying, here's why it matters to everybody, because doing this change will make us more money as a business. It's not even about saying because it will make our clients, delighted to work with us, and it'll improve their lives. Some people are motivated by that at a heart level, but not everyone in the organization. People care about different things. Some people care about not letting their colleagues down. Some people care about doing really, really good quality work. Some people care about the job because it facilitates things outside of work for them. And so, what you're really trying to do if you're driving change is to help people, yourself first. Why does this matter to you at an emotional level? But also help others to do the same, and then help them to see how working towards this thing gets them that heart desire, in a sense, gets their sense of purpose, their sense of meaning met. And that way you're dealing with emotion. And when emotion comes up, you're not afraid of it. You don't try to logic your way out of it. You take the emotion that's coming up, let's say, I mean, I don't really believe in resistance to change, but it's a cliche, so let's use it. You notice resistance to change. Instead of just saying, hang on, let me just explain again why we're doing this because it makes perfect sense, you get curious about it. What's going on? What are you worried about? What are you seeing that maybe I'm not seeing? How's this affecting you? What's hard about this for you? And you start getting really curious. And then people can start to work through at an emotional level. And I mean, then you never have to issue another order again because people are in it with their hearts.